Hey everyone, Nick Ogilvy here with the Sportsfield app. Um, Many of you may know me, maybe have not. So my name is Nick Ogilvy. I've been in the artificial turf industry for around 20 years. And one thing that we've been doing a lot of recently is adding infield to sports fields, doing a lot of maintenance work for sports fields in general. And so there's a lot of things that you know that's important when doing a sports field that the coaches, the athletic directors, the maintenance facility people, the owners, they may just forget honestly on how to do these certain things or don't realize that having a maintenance team or schedule's important. Well, it is important. So this app that I came up with, it's called the Sportsfield app, and I'm going to show it to you. And it's really cool. It's what we use, and I think you'll really like it. If you're a artificial turf company that wants to add this to your existing clients and have them all separated, so you know where each field is in the process of the life of the field, because that's really important. And the more information we can get out there for the manufacturers, the installers, the owners, the better. And so I came up with this app, and I'm going to show it to you and walk you and walk you through it. So it's called the Sportsfield app. I'm going to click in here. So here's the deal. I'm going to go through this really kind of quick, but it should make some sense. So I'll go over discussion here in a second. The learning is courses that you can add. Say if it's when you're doing a seam for a specific field or for what, or you may already have videos set aside. You can add these as a course. And what this does is, if there's an athletic director, there's a teammate, a coach, something. Say if there's a seam that's popped or came up, they can refer back to this course, and then that way they have this, they can see it, and okay, this is how I fix the seam. You can do a video on adding infill on certain things. Like one of my biggest things is like I use a wide room plastic leaf rake whenever I add some more infill and and pick at it, and make it where it all fluffs up, it all looks the same. So just different things like that you can put in here. The members, obviously, it's just me. The events, you can put in events if you're saying, hey, I'm gonna come in here and today we're gonna have a cleaning on whatever date. You can go in here, you can add it and have the event on the calendar that, hey, this is the day we're coming, and you can see that. So it's super important. The leaderboard is just who posts the most, which there's on this app there's really not a need to. And then the about is each specific, so like us, each specific school, each specific city will have this kind of, it's all white labeled, so we'll white label it to whatever. And so that's where this will be. So let's go back to the discussion. We're going to go here into announcements. Announcements could be literally anything. You could put in here, did you win the state title? And then hit it, and boom. So now what's really cool is this comes in and it notifies you to your cell phone. So everybody that's a member on this, it goes to their cell phone because they're going to have their notification set to alert them. So just stuff like that. So I'm just going to go here and delete that. Okay, so now what we like to do is do 2 GMAX tests a year. Super important for GMAX. GMAX is also going to, not only is it going to protect the player, it's going to protect your field. That's how you're going to know if there's where the wear spots are going to be. Is there more infill that need to be added? Stuff of that nature. So we've came in here and put in a GMAX. So each GMAX, like test 1, you may have 5 fields. It's fine. You'll do GMAX test 1 or GMAX test January 21st, field 1, and then field 2 and field 3 and so on. You'll list each one. You'll put all your information in here of the values and your whole test in here. And so then that way, once it's done, we can go back to you and say, hey, Mr. Athletic Director, can you pull up GMAX test 1 on field 25 or whatever? Sure, let me get on this real quick. Okay, do you see how this? Yeah, oh, wow. The center is getting a lot of traffic. Yeah, let's go ahead and bump up. Let's add some infill to that. And not only does it helps for budgeting too. So let's go to this next one. I set it up this way on purpose. So here's the GMAX test 2. And you're going to say, okay, well, 210, 198, 215. You want it to be under 165 and at least, right? So your sweet spot's around 98 to 100 typically. And so you're going to have this as your GMAX. Well, obviously it's a fail. So now we can go in here and it shows remarks. The field exceeds the recommended GMAX safety threshold. And we'll retest, or you need to have a company retest after the corrective action has taken place. So if it's taken out and done some with the base, or added some infill, whatever it might be. So then that way you get to the right GMAX numbers. Or you could say, guys, per this GMAX test, this field has played its last game. We're going to need to go ahead and get that replaced. So the GMAX test is super, super important. So let's get out of that. Scheduling for maintenance. So here's something really cool. So we don't want you guys to do a lot of the work. So whenever you put scheduling for maintenance, you're going to say, I need a crew for like this right here. Please add infill where needed. So then we're going to take this information and we're going to add it to the events area. So that way you'll know, okay, hey, XYZ company got this information. They're going to be here at this time. That's fantastic. And you're good to go. So that way you don't have to go in here and you add it. No, we don't want that for you. We don't want that for the end user. We want this to be as easy as possible for the end user. So that's why we did it this way. So now let's go to field 1. So this is just, you can have more than just 2 fields. I just put that in. You could have 100 fields. But I just want to put in here, had tournament, your guy that's doing the maintenancing, the dragging, the brooming, whatever it is, right? Cleaning sunflower seeds out of the turf, even though you put the sign that say no sunflower seeds. Yeah, they don't listen. I know they never have. So, but he's going to put in here that, and he can do this, she can do this from their phone. Had tournament over the weekend. Field was used for 16 hours for the tournament. I dragged the field. Okay, so now we know what's going on with that field. So if we're coming in at the end of the month, the end of January, we know, oh, okay, John Doe did this, so that's good. That looks good. Or he may put in here, drag the field. I noticed around the pitcher's mound was needing some, extra love, some extra work. So that way we know when we come in at the end of January what needs to be done. So field 2, you do the same thing. Supplies needed. Now there are some schools, some cities, they know how to infill. They know how to repair the seams and stuff like that. So I get it. What you'll do here is say, hey, infill needed ASAP. And then need 2 totes of crumb rubber. So then I know so now I know, okay, all of a sudden, get this. Oh, I see that Nick Ogilvy, he needs 2 totes of crumb rubber ASAP. Okay, perfect. So then call the supplier, say, hey, I need 2 totes of chrome rubber delivered to school XYZ. Contact Nick Ogilvy, sent there ASAP. So this also, like I said, this also helps for whenever, say, your maintenance company, your installation crew, what have you, are invoicing. You know what they're invoicing for, and so that's what I really like about it too. Here's the cool thing. So repairs needed. This is what I want to show you. So you get this deal says I have a bad seam in the middle of the field. And usually you want to take a picture and show us the bad seam. So what you could do is add image right here. It says need to reglue. So also, as soon as I know that, I send my crew out there. This is what we do. We come out there. We fix your seam. We have a picture of us fixing that seam, what we're doing. So that way you know it's done correctly. And then, okay, cool. I need to, try to stay off of it for 24 hours. And now we go up, on the business. So then that way, on this seam fix for the field, what you're getting invoiced for. Oh, okay, they replaced 35 feet of a 100-foot seam. Gotcha. Perfect. We know exactly what to do. So this app is just really good for helping the and what we can do is we can add different specific things to your app that may be just for your school, your city, whatever your business, whatever it is. We can add that, add a channel down here and title it whatever, and so we all have it. And so all of our crews, all of our PMs are going to have this information, right? And then we're going to get notified. You're going to get notified. So we just create this app so that way, whoever has this app, they're getting notified of, okay, so we live in Salina, Texas. So say Coach Elliott he's on here saying there's a small tear at a hash mark or whatever. Then I know Coach Elliott, okay, he's put this in here. We need to reach him via email ASAP, say, hey, we got this. Set it up as an event, and you're good to go. So it's a really cool tool that I think should have been here a long time ago. But we came up with this, and we love it. It just keeps everything simple. Where the whole field's at, and then whatever company you had make your field, they can say, hey, let me see. Oh, you got the Sport Field app, right? Yeah. All right, send me over the Sport Field app information. They can go through and say, okay, hours on the field, hours this, hours that. Because at the end of each month, we can total up the hours and say, okay, this field was used 80 hours. This field was used 100 hours, whatever it may be. So then you can say, I could say, like as a maintenance company, I could say, hey, Coach Elliott, your field was used 150 hours between this time and this time. You're on a quarterly maintenance schedule. I think we need to bump that up and do every 2 weeks because you're getting a lot of usage here from football, soccer, and cross country and what have you, all on the same field. So that's really where this comes into play. And it's really, it's super simple. Like I said, we can add a channel, go in here and do indoor field at Salina High School. Oops. So now we know this is the indoor field at Salina High School, and put it here, create channel, move it here. And now look, we've got the indoor field at Salina High School. And then we can say, coach may say, hey, this has really got to be taken care of. Hey, it stinks really bad. You know how that rubber and all that stuff just smells. Could you come in here and disinfect just do a disinfecting of our field? Absolutely. Then we'll add it to the events, get it done. Super simple, guys. So the Sports Field app is where it's at. It is awesome. Go to sportsfieldapp.com, check it out. If you're here watching this demo, you've already been on the Sports Field app. If you want to sign up, all you got to do is email us and nick@luxblades.com. We'll get you signed up. We'll get everything. All I ask is you give us logos, give us everything that you want to professionally put your app to it. And then what we can do, we'll make every app custom for you. And that way you can have everything. And we'll invite the members who you want, give them administrative privileges if they need, and set them up like that. And so now everybody's good to go and everybody's on the same page, because, one of the things is like, heaven forbid someone get fired and you don't know what John Doe just did to the field 3 days ago. Well, guess what? He logged in. He put it in there. Now you know where the field stands. So it's really important. You're like, well, did he get it ready for the next for the homecoming game? Well, I think he did. I told him, but you don't know until this is filled out correctly. So we hope that you enjoy this app, and if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. But we're excited. We've been using it for our customers, and it's going to be a huge game changer. I think it's going to be a huge game changer for your customers, your facilities. It's just everybody's on the same page. It's really going to help out the manufacturers. It holds them accountable as well to make sure they're making a good product, which 99.9% of them do. And I'm just looking really forward to this app and what it can do for the industry. So if you have any questions, concerns, comments, please let me know. My phone number is 303-588-5602, or you can email me, nick@luxblades.com. Thanks.